Hello everyone, welcome back to another Wizard 101 video. If you're wondering why I look worse than usual, which is like, that's a feat for me, considering how I usually look, and why I sound a little bit bad, I have really bad allergies right now, but I'm recording a video anyway. I don't have allergy medicine, kinda sucks, whatever, we're over it. Let's get into today's video and the line of videos that I'm planning on recording, and that is an opinion type piece on every single Wizard 101 world. Now, in the past, I just recently did Azteca, I recently did Zafaria, and also in the past I've done Avalon, so I'm probably going to skip over doing those again, but I would like to do, each of the worlds so you can have my opinion on it, and one main thing I think is either good or bad about them, whatever, my overarching opinion. So, let's get started on the first of this, which is Wizard City. Now, this will probably be something like Wizard City plagued by updates, something overdramatic like that, but I'll explain further why. First off, I think Wizard City is an iconic world. A lot of people really, really like the world, and I do too. I think it's a good world to get started in, especially, for new players getting introduced to the game. It's obviously an iconic world. Now, a problem with it, and a problem that has come up recently, and this is my least favorite part about Wizard City now, is that I think it has been plagued, and definitely the word plagued is a good word for it, by updates from KingsIsle. KingsIsle said that Wizard City is quite outdated, so we need to completely revamp it. Now, I'd like to say, I think the graphics update was a big plus. I really love the new graphics. I think that they're amazing. However, the old music, on the other hand, in my opinion, is much better. Oh, that's spooky. Like, the old music just had such a simplistic vibe to it that the new music, I don't think, has. I think the new music, they were like, we need to make it grandiose, over the top, because people need something to listen to and something to attract them into the game. But I'd argue that this attracts people into the game way more. It shows what you're getting from the game, which is not this real grandiose experience, especially in the beginning. You're getting a kind of... This is the general vibe of the game, in my opinion, is the whimsical but entertaining type music that's kind of more simplistic. And this goes for every single one of the areas in the game. I think the music was the worst change, but that's not all. The thing that I think hurt this world the most, especially for a lot of people, and me especially, is the changes to the quest line. I don't think that all of them are bad per se, but they definitely lost a significant amount of nostalgia and also charm to them that they used to have. I would say that most of these new quest lines don't have nearly as much charm as the old quest lines, especially like... I think Cyclops Lane is the most egregious of the changes, with Firecat Alley. Firecat Alley isn't bad, but I'd say Unicorn Way as well. Those are the two most egregious, the Cyclops Lane and Unicorn Way. Unicorn Way especially, like, I miss Sarah Knight chant going up to him and him going, "Greetings," and he does that, and it was fun. It was a vibe, and it really makes me sad that that's been changed. Now, I would like to stress, I don't think that these changes are game ruining, are world ruining. I just think that it significantly detracts from Wizard City and the charm that it had. It's really disappointing to me, because this world, I used to look forward to going through it again to see all those characters, all those faces that made the world so memorable. But now I'd argue that they're just sacks of skin that are wearing the faces of the characters that I used to know and love, Like Private Quinn, who even is Private Quinn anymore? He's just this little weenie boy who gets beaten up by haunted enemies, isn't even a friend of the Fire Elves, like, we don't know anything about him. He's just there, right? And it's like, that character was iconic, helping you with the Fire Elves and being the friend, and leading you through the game, and it's so disappointing what they did to him. They gutted his character. And I would argue that Nolan Stormgate, who already had a hateable character, they gutted his character further because at least Nolan had good traits before. Like, he was actually witty and he helped you get through Cyclops Lane despite being that colossal douche that he was. Now he's only a colossal douche. Now he's just stupid as well. So really, they took out his only redeemable trait and made him into just an awful character. And I hate when they do that. I hate character assassination more than anything. If we're talking about like movies, like certain movie adaptations from books, like Harry Potter, one of the worst things about the Harry Potter movies was the character assassination of like Ron, for example, who was actually a decent character in the books. They just gutted his character in the movies. And it's really, really annoying for me when they do that, because it frustrates me beyond belief. But really, I'm not gonna keep ranting about that, because I could rant about that for hours. Let's talk about the good aspects of Wizard City, because despite me saying it's played by updates, there's still some really good aspects. The game is still nostalgic. It still has the nostalgic bosses like Falgaze, Lord Nightshade, all that. They still exist, right? It's not like they've been completely removed from the game. And I would think I still think that that's probably the best part about this world. I think that the bosses are iconic and you'll always remember them after you've done them a certain amount of times, like especially like Harvest Lord, Lord Nightshade, all of those very iconic bosses. And I am happy that they at least didn't remove that from the game, or remove that from Wizard City. So really, I think that's all I wanted to say. I think that's a good enough video on Wizard City. I think it's definitely a good world. It's just a world that I wish was a little bit less refined. It's weird because you'd be like less refined, but I think that, like, I don't play the game. I play the game on classic mode, right? And you're like, why would you do that? And it's because just this old music has enough. It's the only little bit of nostalgia that I can cling on to, because King's Isle has completely removed the rest of my nostalgia, right? The rest of the stuff, like the old characters, the old quest line, all that. Now, I'd like to say, let's cap off this video. It's not all bad. I think one of the best things that they did while changing the quest line was add in that scene with Malistaire in the Death School, and also add in that scene with Merle Ambrose and Bartleby. I think that those are two scenes that are integral to the story and added so much. I think that those were amazing scenes. And I wish that they were in the original game when it came out. I think that those would have been amazing scenes to add. But I can't say it's all good, and it's hampered down by the fact that they changed so many other good things as well. So, Wizard City, neutral. Nostalgic, yes, but not as nostalgic as it could be. But really, that's it for today's video. Tomorrow, I'd likely be going over Crocotopia, which I have a different opinion about. I'll go over that then. But that's it for today. If you enjoyed, drop a like, hit the sub button. I appreciate all the support I've been getting recently. You guys are quite amazing. And that's all. So I'll see you in the next video. Have a fantastic day. Thank you all for watching.